What a winter wonderland we got going on. Man, we haven't seen snow like this in a long time. But anyway, today's message, the first one at least, no external solutions. It's so quiet around here. I feel like everybody can hear me. No external solutions. If you lose your keys inside the house, you don't go outside looking for them. You're not going to solve your insecurity problems with makeup or with arrogance or with being accepted by people. You're not going to solve your depression and anxiety with drugs, whether legal or illegal, for real. You're not going to solve it with weed. You're not going to solve it with alcohol. You're not going to solve it with sex. You have to do the deep work, the internal work, which means, fortunately, unfortunately, you gotta face your shit. That means you have to journal, and you have to go into a dark room by yourself and sit with your problems. Resolve to figure it out. That means you have to cut out some comforts or things that kind of put the blinders on you. You got to cut them out. So it's easy to find yourself in a trance when, dare I say it, listen to music, because I love listening to music. I love creative music. But we can hide behind music. We can hide behind television. We can hide behind chasing the crowds. As an introvert, I never really had that problem as far as chasing the crowds, but everything else. It wasn't that long ago, but I mean, it was years ago. 5 years ago. You know, just getting drunk, waking up getting drunk. Late at night getting drunk. Not wanting to get out of bed. All the time and opportunity wasted because I didn't want to face myself. And that's cowardice. It's cowardice to live with yourself and to not face yourself. You know? So I've been dealing with the mental condition. It's called depersonalization. And it's the scariest thing I've ever had to deal with, which is an advanced form of anxiety. Depersonalization. It was then I had no choice but to face myself. You can't run away from it. It's in your head. You're in this dream state. Feels like a nightmare. You're in this dream state all the time. And I still experience it. It hasn't gone away. I've just gotten used to it. You know? But also, I'm so used to waking up. I'm not afraid that it's going to kill me. And life goes on, so I have to go on in spite of how I feel. But it was a true test of my mental fortitude. And what I have now as far as mental strength, I didn't have when I had the condition. I was a coward. I was hiding behind things. I was a coward. No pun intended. I was hiding behind a mask. I didn't want to be seen. Now, I don't care so much about being seen. I'm not afraid to look people in the eyes because I realize that my greatest fear, it all existed in my mind. I had nothing to be afraid of, truthfully. I survived, man. I live over 11,000 days at this point. You know, what do I really have to fear? Something's going to take me out, but it hasn't yet. Until then, I got to live boldly. I got to live like my days are numbered, because they are. You know what I mean? They say time is an illusion, and I get that, but you definitely can quantify when you're going to go, or how many days you lived to this point, and how many days in retrospect you lived based on this, I don't know, numerical structure that we call time. We know. And so it's like, what do you want to put into this time? No external solutions, you know? The only external solution I really advocate for, which, I mean, there's a couple, but it's hard for me to even call this an external solution, which is, you know, physical training. It's physical, you know, you're grabbing, you know, bars to do pull-ups on, and you're lifting weights and stuff like that. But if it's also working your mind, is it really an external solution? I don't know. Maybe. But it's a necessary practice nonetheless. Because, I mean, it got me thinking, like, you know, if you take alcohol and weed and stuff like that, I mean, it affects you internally. You feel the dopamine and endorphins, but that's short-lived. You know, it's a short-sighted statement that I would make, because just cut out all the medical jargon, because I'm not the one for that. But it's cheating, you know what I mean? It's cheap dopamine, and when you don't have to work for it, it messes up your dopamine receptors. Now your days have no color. Practically have no dopamine. It's reliant on a liquor store or the weed man or the drug man. They hold the keys to your dopamine. That's where you get your fix. But if you take it upon yourself to earn your own dopamine by way of working towards something, you say you're going to do this exercise, and you do the exercise. You work on the project, and you're making progress, and you complete the project, or there's dopamine there. You know, if you do your meditation sessions, 10 minutes a day. I've yet to do mine, but, you know, I think I'm gonna do it out here in the snow when this video is done. And then there's your dopamine. You know, just the rewards. Maybe you work so hard and you want to reward yourself with something to eat at the end of the day, instead of being gluttonous, being a slob, and just pigging out all day. Which, coming from me, a Taurus, hey, I'm all right with that. But I'm also in shape. I can get away with that. I would hate for my habits to come back to haunt me. And just because I'm in shape doesn't mean I could just take it for granted. And how could I, when I put in so much work to be in shape? And simply put, taking a tougher road, it leads to beautiful bliss. You know what I mean? So I live in the same neighborhood as my grandma. And that's where my child is right now, because that's just where she wanted to be, knowing that she would get snowed in. And I'm going to walk over there. But what bliss is going to be to do that? Because I don't have to do that. I don't have to walk over there, you know. For one, I could try to drive over there, but I'm not trying to do that. I have an SUV. Maybe I can make it. I'm not really trying to do that. But the bliss I'm going to feel from walking over there is going to be amazing, because it's not an easy walk. It's not that long of a distance, but it's not an easy walk. Walking through the snow and stuff like that. I already got snow in my boots, so I didn't do a good job of getting dressed. But it's going to be blissful, man. And even more so because on the other side, I mean, that's my family. That's my grandma and my mom is there. And then my daughter, who last night just told me that she's happy because I'm her dad. I guess I'm doing something right. Go figure. All right. So one more time, no external solutions. External solutions for your internal problems. You gotta look within. You gotta be deeper. And don't wait for the motivation. Create the motivation. Live, be bold, go against the grain. Conquer something, conquer your mind. Set your boundaries, protect them.